Que lo que YouTube, Santo Domingo, because it's better. Bye. Que lo que. What's going on, YouTube? The Dominican African American is back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Santo Domingo or Sosua and which one you should go to. Alright? Like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. Alright? Now, that intro that you saw earlier was pretty much, I was trying to experiment with the algorithm. You know, a lot of people say you should get straight to the point. So that's what I did. You know what I mean? And I realized that that's just not me. You know what I mean? I got to go on my spiel. I got to, you know, that's just not me. All right? So, but there you have it. If you want my choice and what I think you should do, I told you in the beginning. But you're going to want to stay for the end, because the last thing you want to do is go to Santo Domingo and it's your first time. And this video, I'm gonna get into that, about why first timers shouldn't go to Santo Domingo either. All right, so it's gonna look like this. It's all gonna be pros. Not gonna be too many cons or anything like that. Santo Domingo, why you should go there. Sosua, why you should go there. All right. Also, Sosua is a part of Puerto Plata, technically. Okay, so the best way I can explain it is like Newark, New Jersey. Yeah, it's a part of New Jersey, but 30 minutes, you go over that fucking bridge, you right in New York. The only difference between, you know, Newark, New Jersey and Sosua is actually a part of Puerto Plata, whereas Newark, New Jersey is a part of New Jersey. So, again, Sosua is technically a part of Puerto Plata. I'm going to save Puerto Plata comparisons for another video. But this video is just, and like it says in the title, Santo Domingo or Sosua, which one you should go to. So, let's start with Sosua first, all right? And I got my coffee. And you already know, we're not coughing today. We're not coughing today. I'm going to try to get my coughs out the way. Woo! All right. Sosua, all right? Everything that you see on YouTube is 100% real. There's no cap, okay? So, before you decide where you're going, you got to know, everybody's circumstances is different, all right? So, you have to base your decision based off of your circumstances. And what do I mean by that? Like, if you got kids, don't go to Sosua. I'm just being real. Don't go to Sosua. Puerto Plata, yes. And again, I'm saving Puerto Plata for another video, but don't go to Sosua if you got kids, okay? Another thing, are you going for relaxation? Are you going for the beaches? Are you going for like on vacation mode? Don't go to Santo Domingo. Is it your first time? Don't go to Santo Domingo. All right. So there's things that you got to factor in before you make your decision. And if I don't touch on your circumstances in this video, feel free to comment your circumstances below. Let me know so I can answer your questions. You know, I get a feel for your situation so I can tell you which choice you should make, all right? But let's start with Sosua first, all right? Now, like I said, it has a beach, all right? Whereas Santo Domingo, it's a malecón, all right? So the difference between the two is Puerto Plata has like a coast part, like where there's a sand. You know what I mean? You can walk and sit on the beach, whereas Santo Domingo don't really have that, or at least I didn't see it. It's kind of like in Puerto Rico, it's really a malecón, but they do have one section that's sort of like a beach, and I think it's man-made. If Santo Domingo has that, then that's that. Whereas Puerto Plata, it's an actual beach. It's not man-made. So if you're going for the beach, for the sand and stuff like that, then you know Puerto Plata or Sosua is where you're gonna want to go, because they have exactly that. Also, Sosua is more like tourist friendly, and more tourists go there. You know, a lot of brothers from the country, they'll go out to, you know, Sosua or whatever for, you know what, the mangoes, you know what I mean, for that apple pie, for that strawberry bubble gum. So, you know, if you into that, then you can go there. Another reason, or another thing about Sosua, if this fits for you, is like, it's better for first timers because it's not as hectic. You know what I mean? It's You're still going to run into the same traffic issues and things like that, but it's nowhere near like, Santo Domingo. All right, it's more laid back. It's a good introduction to the DR. Another thing that's good about, hold on, let me get some coffee. Woo! Another thing that's good about Sosua is you don't necessarily need a car. All right, chances are you are in walking distance from the beach, and if not, you could easily take a quick taxi. You know what I mean? But it's you don't need to rent a car. All right, and again, your circumstances are going to dictate. You know what I mean? What you lean more towards. If it's your first time, how much money are you bringing? You know what I mean? Are you bringing kids? Are you bringing a wife? Things of that nature. Are you looking for love? You know what I mean? Like, don't go to Sosua if you're looking for love. All right? Puerto Plata, maybe. Sosua, don't go there if you're looking for love. You know what I mean? So that's Sosua for the most part. And again, those are all pros. I'm not getting into the cons in this video. And again, if I didn't touch on your circumstance, let me know in the comment section. All right, like the video, comment down below, subscribe. Now, Santo Domingo. There's a reason why I picked Santo Domingo in the intro. All right, there's a reason why I would pick Santo Domingo over Sosua. First things first, it's bigger. All right, a lot more people, which means a lot more, ladies. All right, a whole lot more. It's sort of like New York in the DR. Now, I live in Philadelphia, so it's pretty much a big city. Not as big as New York, but it's a big city. So I'm a little bit more familiar with that environment. Whereas, Sosua is kind of real laid back. Believe it or not, it's sort of like the countryside of the country, if you will. You know what I mean? Like in the northeast, the Atlantic Northeast of America is more like up-paced, fast tempo, get to it. Whereas down in the South is a little bit more laid back. Well, that's how it is, but in reverse in the DR. Like the North Coast is kind of more tranquilo, more relaxed. Whereas down South it's like hustle and bustle. Santo Domingo has the Zona Colonial section. So like you can go there, see the history, get a feel for, if I'm not mistaken, the oldest church in the Americas is there. If I'm not mistaken, it's actually the oldest island. Now look, I could be wrong, but yeah, you can definitely learn a lot of history in Zona Colonial, and it's a lot of tourists that go there. Really pretty, you know what I mean? It's an incredible sight. You know what I mean? At least that's what I experienced. You know what I mean? It's definitely dope, and that's where a lot of tourists talk about it. You'll see that section in a lot of commercials, Google. Like that's where that is. It's in Santo Domingo. Believe it or not, a lot of people, like if you were going to Sosua, for a lot of them, believe it or not, don't really live there. They live in Santo Domingo, Santiago. They go there, for work or whatever. So that's another thing. Like a lot of people aren't really from Sosua. It's actually, like I said, it's a small section of Puerto Plata. They live elsewhere. And like if you want the full experience, or what I think is the full experience of the DR, you would go to Santo Domingo. Okay? Get some more coffee. Man. Yeah, so you got to take that into consideration. All right? What are you going for? How much money do you have? Like in Santo Domingo, you're going to need a car. I'm sorry. You got to be ready to rent a car. Okay? Whereas Sosua, you don't need to rent a car. So you got to factor that in. Santo Domingo is more, I think, family friendly, whereas Sosua isn't. I think it's really for solo travelers or a group of fellas going. You know what I mean? Like things like that. So you got to factor that in. How much money are you bringing? How long are you staying? You know what I mean? Things of that nature. So again, let me know in the comment section what's your circumstances and what you think is better between the two. I know for me, I love Santo Domingo. I really do. But I also love Sosua. But I go to them differently for different reasons. So, like, if I'm looking for love or I'm looking for, wifey, and I'll go to Santo Domingo over at Sosua. If I'm looking for that reset, and I need that vacation feel, I'm going to Sosua. If I feel like just completely taking my mind off of what I got going on here in the States, I'm going to Santo Domingo. I will save up, rent a car, drive around Santo Domingo, and if I feel like partying, Santo Domingo. If I feel like just getting that full punch of the DR, I'm going to Santo Domingo. All right, and again, it's just way more people there. And I'm be honest, look, there was pretty women in both places, so you're not going to go wrong. And for the ladies, look, I mean, like, everybody there is attractive. I mean, I'm just being real. Like, there's no ugly people that live there. That's just how it is. But for the fellas, like, you're not going to go wrong with any destination that you pick if you're going to meet someone. But I will say that because there's more people in Santo Domingo, you're going to see more women in Santo Domingo. And I'm be honest, I mean, like, the amount of attractive women that I've seen in Santo Domingo outweighs the attractive women that I've seen in Sosua. But I will say this, the prettiest women I ever seen in my life who weren't mangoes was in Sosua. I'm just being real. Like, I mean, I seen some just like, damn, perfect. So it's up for you to decide. You're not going to go wrong with either one. But if you're a first timer, don't go to Santo Domingo, all right? Because the last thing I want you to do is be upset and be bashing, the DR because you went to Santo Domingo as a first timer. You know what I mean? Like, the only time I would recommend you going to Santo Domingo as a first timer is if you just one of those hunting bulls that's like, you don't really get down with the mangoes, or the, as Ronan the Traveler would say, Trickeration Nation. You know what I mean? If you don't get down with that, you don't want none of that apple pie and the strawberry bubble gum, you just got to go out and hunt for yours, then all right. But you also got to remember, like, it's a different beast. It's like the advanced traveler, the advanced DR traveler is Santo Domingo. So that's why I'm like, look, just get a taste, get that out, get, because you don't want to be like, damn, I should have went to Sosua first. You know what I mean? Or damn, now I got to go to Sosua. And baby steps, all right? Baby steps. Go to Sosua first. Get that out the way. Especially if it's your first time. Get a feel for the country. Get a feel for how things go, how things operate, how people interact, some of the norms. And then, once when you get that out your way, if you want, then go to Santo Domingo. All right? So, I hope this helps. Again, I'm picking Santo Domingo over Sosua, but that don't mean I'm never going to Sosua again. I'm actually going back in August, got one. So, like the video, comment down below, subscribe, pick you up some traveling merch. The link is in the description, okay? And follow me on my socials, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much it, all right? So, moving forward, I'm not going to just rush to the main point, but I will try to speed it up if that's what y'all prefer. But again, I'm picking Santo Domingo over Sosua. It's just more for what I'm looking for. So yeah, I hope this helps. I'm out. Peace.